How do get this in a brew? Stop it. Back off, back off, back off. Yeah, easy tiger, come on, let's go. Good lad. No squeaky ball today, guys. Beautiful day, bit warm. How do? Thanks to all the new subscribers, everyone who's contributed to the channel. That's not a good start, is it? So, how do? Lee, Marvin and Kira. So Marv has chipped in with tonight's vlog. Going to talk about, let me get it right, Gonzalo Lopez. I think that's the guy's name. Sparked a manhunt. He's a prisoner who escaped in Texas. So he's been all over the news. He got off a US prison transport. I'm going to do a bit of a comparison with how we transport prisoners in this country, how we transport our high risk prisoners, and how the Americans transport theirs. I have no first-hand knowledge. I've seen plenty of films. Con Air, I've seen Con Air, one of my favourite films, loads of times. Yeah. So this geezer, let's get into what I imagine a prison bus looks like. I said bus because it looks like a school bus to me. An American school bus, they use them for transporting prisoners, similar vehicle with some extras. Obviously a little bit more security, barred windows. Apparently this lad, who was a high risk convicted murderer, was in some sort of caged area, shall we say, on the bus, because he's a higher risk. 15 people, 16 people on the bus, plus a couple of guards with guns. None of that in this country. Yeah? American prisoners are shackled. So, shackled around the ankles and the wrists. Probably shackled, the shackles are fastened somewhere, either wrist or feet, to the floor or whatever. Yeah? You alright, mate? No, you're alright. Stevie, come on. Shackled to the floor. Sorry about that, guys. So first thing for me, just reading the story. Anyway, that's what they look like, American transport. Look like school buses, bars on windows. You can see in. UK, Great Britain, prison transport has blacked out windows. I'm not talking about individual transport that prisons have. You know, their own prison vans. Go on, Stevie. Their own prison vans are just that. Like any van. We had one at Strangeways. We had one when it was in the private sector. It's just a van, seats in the back, and some mesh between the back and the driver. Yeah, that's all they were. I'm talking about specific vans for taking people to other prisons and taking people to court. Yeah, not your everyday escorts. Everyday escorts, just a van with seats in. And that's your lot. Obviously, on them vans, prisoners are cuffed when they're going to escorts. So, this guy, you don't need to be brain of Britain, as it were, pun intended. He's shackled and he's in a special fenced off area. Yeah? He's able to get out of his shackles. You know what I mean? I've never known anyone get out of cuffs. There's some lads who have dislocated their thumbs. I've come across them in order to get cuffs and their hand out of cuffs, yeah. You're made aware of them sort of guys. There is guys who don't have knuckle bones on their wrists. When you place cuffs on a prisoner, you place them, sorry, not knuckle bones, wrist bones. There's like little lumps protruding. Have a look at your own wrist. You place the cuff above that. Very difficult to get over that. Yeah. But nobody's getting out of cuffs without a key. So this guy's got out of shackles, 2 lots of shackles. Yeah, we don't need to think about that long. He's also managed to get out of this area where he's locked up, this segregated bit of area for the higher risk prisoners. I'm thinking me that a prison bus might well have cameras. If it hasn't, why not? There's somebody driving, all right, the driver is concentrating on driving, but there's a geezer with a shotgun. What's he doing? Yeah? The other thing is, guys, USA v Great Britain, yeah, probably a lot of things you have are a lot better. Your maximum security is maximum security, no doubt. Why do people have access to the driver? Yeah, when they're on, shackled and ready to be, why is the driver not in a separate area where there's no access? Yeah, is that me? Or does that, you know, this day and age, with everything's going on, security, is that just a simple thing? All you Americans who've been to London and been on London buses, the driver's in his own little bit, even the really old buses. Modern buses, there's a little cabin with a door. Yeah, a little glass cabin, and they're in there. They're just a bus then. They're not for transporting prisoners, but the driver's got his own area. Stevie, behave yourself, come on. I think he's after some chick dog there. Very pretty she was, looked very young as well. Stephen, come on. Yeah? Why aren't you building your prisoner transport? For me, it's dead easy, yeah? There is a barrier between the guard with the shotgun and the driver. Everyone's been shackled. There's a little camera you can sit and see. If somebody escapes their shackles, how do you escape them? And manages to get out of this special area, you alert someone. You know, modern day, everyone's got phones, radios, the lot. All sounds a bit dodgy to me. So the guy has managed to get out of his shackles, get to the driver. He has stabbed the driver in the hand. He's tried to take the driver's gun. I don't know how he's got the driver off the bus, but he's then attempted to get away in the bus with the other 15, 16 prisoners on. The driver with a shotgun has then shot out the tyres. The bus has come off the road. This guy's got off and run off, and they haven't found him. And they're not going to, are they? Yeah? There's no way somebody has just got on this bus with nothing and escape like that. One or two articles say he may well have connections. You know, there's a lot of massive gang structures in America. There's some really big gangs, and possibly with them. So I look at our transport. That's unbelievable, that. Yeah? And they've not found him. I look at our transport. So you look at our sweat boxes now, they're the vehicles that take people to court and other prisons. So this guy, if he'd have been going in this country to court or another prison, yeah, first of all, they cuffed and put on the sweat box. They call them a sweat box, you guys who don't, or even if you do live in this country, because they are not pleasant vehicles. You can imagine they're not luxury vehicles. They have little cages, cubicles as it were. So if I'm getting transferred to another prison, I'm placed on that, I'm locked in a little cage. Yeah, I can see out a window, but no one can see me. And that's how it is. That sounds way more secure than the sort of system they've got in America, even with the shackles and guns. You know, it's common sense. The other thing is, you know, everywhere has radios and the like now. Our higher risk prisoners, yeah, the highest risk prisoners are taken in another van that they call Ballistics. It's like an armoured van, yeah. Prisoners again are cuffed onto that vehicle and put in a more secure cubicle or cage, yeah. They won't be transporting big amounts of prisoners. Yeah, I think most I've ever seen on a ballistic is 6, call them cells if you like, 6 cells. So you will be transporting 6 high-risk prisoners. This will all be coordinated with our police. If they're going to court, these vehicles, when they leave the prison, get escorts and they don't stop. Yeah? They don't stop for anything. Rush hour traffic, they'll go on the other side of the road. The police escort will force people back. On the motorway, they dominate the motorway. You know, 3 or 4 lanes of motorway, they'll be in the outside lane, the ballistic, maximum speed about 60 mile an hour. Yeah? Police car in front, police car behind, 2 on the inside of them. Yeah? All armed, all lights going. They don't stop. That's secure. The other thing is in this country, other than maybe Scotland, where there's, you know, vast areas of countryside, you know, they're not in desolate places when you're transporting people. Again, there'll be the odd prison that's in the country or whatever. But the thing about all this is, yeah, you've got radios to be in touch. The drivers are isolated. No one's getting to a driver in Great Britain, UK, whatever you want to call this, transport vehicle. The driver is isolated. So looking at the American system, even with the guns and shackles, somebody getting off, no, he's kitted up, he's had help or whatever. You know, people bribed, you know, it's definitely, it needs investigating, but it's not secure. It don't sound secure. And again, you know, I watch Maximum Security, some of these prisons, I know, Busman's Holiday and all that, no pun intended. American prisons, how they treat the high-risk prisoners, you know, and how they're marshalled and that within the prison walls. When they leave, it just seems, you know, put them on a modified school bus and there you go. That's not a dig at anyone, that's just common sense. You know, no one should have access to the driver. Our vehicles over here, have people got off? No, they haven't. Vehicles for court and transfer to other prisons, yeah, they are prone to being attacked. With the onset, there's that many mobile phones and that now in prisons. High risk one with a police presence, not a chance. You know, there'll be choppers, coppers, everything, everywhere. They're armed to the teeth. You ain't pulling one of them over without some small army. The normal sweat boxes that go to courts and other prisons, yeah, you could pull one over or whatever and get someone off if you knew they were on board. Like I say, mobile phones everywhere, so people are going to have that information. If people are going to escape from prisons in our country, they're not escaping from the prison. Same as America, they're going to escape when they're being transported somewhere. Yeah? I've worked and I've spoke to lads who have been involved in escapes like that. You know, they've been on an escort, taking someone to a funeral, taking someone to a hospital appointment. Yeah? You've got 2 officers, you're in a hospital environment, someone comes up with a weapon, let him go. For me, you're letting them go. There's no percentage there. That's how they get off. I know a lot of lads who've got off in our country. You know, maybe I'll talk about one of them. There's one lad I got on with him really well. He was a young offender. In for petty crime, went on to be an armed robber. And he actually was involved in an escape that's been transported somewhere outside the prison. The consequences of getting caught, and as far as I know, everyone has got caught who's done that. You know, you are getting slammed with a sentence. If you're doing a 9-year sentence and you get off, yeah, you are getting slammed when you get caught. A lot of lads I have met who've come back into prison after being caught. If you want to get off with it, you need to be gone. India, somewhere like that. You know, every couple of months, they're arresting lads in Spain from the UK who've been on the run for years. They're never going to give up. You need to go somewhere, some far-flung place and never come back. And keep your head down, keep off social media. The amount of people getting caught on social media posing by pools and cars in the sun and stuff like that, you're going to get caught. So that's our prison transport as against USA. Gonzalo Lopez, yeah, gone. there you go. I'll do another vlog talking about prison escapes. Apologies, there's no long content this weekend. It's been a bit chaotic again. Holly, ex-prison governor, those that are new to the channel and those that have been around a while, asking about, I'm going to be interviewing her, having a chat with her on Tuesday. She's a knowledgeable lass, and I've got a couple of 3 really tough questions to put to her. Also, Tony Wilson, one of the latest interviews, grew up, you know, a tough lad. He grew up a fighter. I'll be catching up with him again Tuesday. So thanks for coming, guys. Parting shot as always. I will put one of them long contents up Wednesday and one up Sunday. If you do want me to vlog, drop us an email if you've got a topic and subject. Stephen, come and say hi to the fans. Wow, it's turned. Now then, lad. Oi. Come here. Where are you going? That's it. Good lad. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you.